Hello and welcome back everyone. I'm Blue Mana Banana and this is Kerbal Space Program. In the last episode it was more of an introduction, kind of showed off what the game is slightly about, building rockets and stuff, and I've came up with this beauty. I set the goal to launch a satellite into orbit. That's just something that I want to do. As kind of prepare for bigger missions, I don't know. And I came up with this little thing here, which is actually pretty damn huge. And this little thing down here, I'm using this phrase quite a lot, am I? This thing here is the actual satellite. It has this gear thing, which is a solar panel. These are batteries. You have some communitron what is it called, antennas to give me some data, because I put down, what's it called, this science thing. Where is it? Nope. Which one was it again? I think it's this thing here, which is just a science experiment, just for fun, you know. It's attached to the main rocket via these clampetrons. These are used for docking, actually, but I think it's good to I will be using it to detach the satellite once I'm in orbit, and I'm using this one because it doesn't have that much of an ejection force. You can see it here if I find one. Here. That's a really pretty small one. You can take the stack separator. But it has an ejection force of 250. This means this is the force that actually goes into both directions. So if we are in an orbit and we will be pointing our rocket in the direction we are orbiting, that would mean that our satellite gets ejected into the other direction, which means it will get decelerated in relation to the orbit. And that's bad, because it would just go into a lower orbit or something, and higher orbit. Yeah, I'm not quite sure at the moment. But yeah, it would change the orbit, and I don't want that. So I'm gonna slowly and slightly, just really with a gentle touch, decouple those and fly away with these guys. Now that I think of it, I can't land this thing. Well, we'll see. It's trial and error anyways. And also, this is more of a demonstration because I launched this thing. And I wanted to give you a short demonstration of the so-called space tape. I think it's called in the Kerbal community. Okay, so here we are at the launch pad, starting the stability assistant to just point me upwards. And you'll see what I mean. It's pretty interesting. So I'd say T-3, 2, 1, launch. Well, and there you have it. The tips are slightly coming in, which isn't too bad because we're kind of stable, but as you can see, this one's a bit pointing in this direction, and this is a bit inwards as well, and you'll see that it will start wobbling. Yep. There it is, and it starts wobbling, and it's getting worse. And that's where I stopped last time. So, well, cancel. Reboot flight to vehicle assembly. So now the space tape is being used. Space tape is on the utility, hopefully. Hopefully I find it. I haven't looked at it. I was so excited to show you the space tape. No, it's structural, of course. Here you have it, strut connector. And basically what you do is, you do things like, for example, this. And maybe from... Whoa, wait. No. Should have clicked it again, I guess. From here to maybe down here. You know, it's just some X connections, so these guys won't... So this thing is kind of stabilize it itself. That should do it, actually. Might even want to do something like... maybe go up and around as well. Maybe something like this. It's pretty hard to find the point again, so if you mess up with these, it's pretty hard to actually find it. No, I had it. It's like... no. Whatever. I guess that should do it for... well, another launch. We'll see. It's not too bad since we're playing sandbox. It doesn't cost us anything basically. So let's activate the stability assistant. I'm not gonna activate RCS. That's the rocket. Those small rockets to adjust tiny things in space. Actually, the staging looks good. Boosters first. Decouple the boosters. Activate the engines. Decouple the engines. Go for the parachute. All right. So here goes nothing. Also, I'm gonna throttle up for the other engines. See? That's a bit more smooth. Not 100% sure if this is going to work because, you know, it's experimental. The only time I've used this is, well, 2 seconds before I started recording, and I was like, oh, it's wobbling, I can show you the space tape. And see, we're at 5,000 meters and we haven't wobbled yet. 1/3 of our solid boost is remaining, a quarter, maybe less. So prepare for decoupling. We're at 10k, that's actually pretty good. Let's start to rotate a bit. Can I? And see ya in hell. Great. Let's activate RCS so our stability thingy can do its thing. We have an hypothesis at 40k, 35k, I think, which is not too shabby for a first attempt. That would be our orbit at 21 and 49-ish. Let's go for 50. I think that's okay. 30. 33. No, I'm looking at the wrong guy. 200. That's too far. Let's go for 100k. I think everything else is too low. 130. 108. Okay, I'm okay with this. Okay, so let's try this one to get our... wow, that's neat. I overshot it by quite a margin, though. Alright. Let's throttle down. It's actually pretty good that we reached that high of an orbit by just going... by just our boosters. I deactivated RCS, by the way, so we don't use any fuel. And we overshot our node. Well, that's bad. Should add a maneuver. Damn it. Well, we're screwed. Because I screwed it up. Revert flight to launch. But I guess you've seen the principles, and I'm gonna see you again as soon as I'm in an orbit, I guess. Otherwise, these videos will take much too long. So, see you later, guys. Well, not yet. I'm gonna have some fun during the launch. So, 3, 2, 1, ignition! Whee! Alright, I said we will be back, or I will be back as soon as I'm in orbit. After some unsuccessful launches, yeah, whatever, the plural of launches, I found out why I kept on failing. It wasn't really that bad, actually, but I found out that there is one little thing that I missed. And I was kind of like in space. No wonder. I came kind of far, but there was something that always happened, and I kept on losing one of these 4 engines. And I was always thinking, what the hell? Why is this happening? What's the problem? Until I figured it out. And it wasn't even that hard to do. It's because one of our boosters kept on crashing into it. So every time I decoupled, more or less, every time I decoupled these guys, these huge booster thingies, they swung either in this direction and hit one of these these engines, the fuel tanks, or they decoupled in this direction and the bottom part crashed into it. So now I'm using these little separatrons, I think they're called. Yep. And these are tiny little solid boosters, I think. And what they should be doing, and hopefully I'm gonna find them. Gotta go there, 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 and up there. So now if I hit spacebar to decouple all of these little guys should kind of boost these big fuel tanks, these big boosters, just a tiny bit away from our main rocket. So I hope that would that this will work. Maybe. So yeah, I just wanted to keep you updated. And I'm gonna launch again. Let's see if this works. Here goes nothing in 3, 2, 1, go! And I think I'll keep this one. I'll keep this one just so you can see how these separatrons work. Hopefully they do. And look at our it's Jebediah Kerbin. It's one of the most famous Kerbals there around, I think. It's, well, your starting guy, I think he's always called Jebediah. It's always said when he dies. It's most likely that he dies in some rocket accident. Alright, we are at 25% or so. Let's see. Okay, reaching the upper. Well, reaching 12,000, 13, and decouple. That worked brilliantly. Great. That's what I wanted to see, actually. Add maneuver. Maybe I'm able to be fast enough this time, because last time I wasn't. That's way too far. Let's go. 18k, that's a bit harsh now, is it? Maybe I'm not hitting the highest spot. Bad. Maybe like so. How far are we? 250, that's way too far. One at about 110 or so. 117, that's okay. Let's go for the note. Okay. We have now we have 25 seconds left to align this thing properly. Come on. Oh, we're in orbit. 16 seconds. 14. 2.2k, that's a lot. That's a lot of delta V we have to cover. Delta V is the difference in velocity that we have to get. And throttle up. I don't want to throttle too hard, because last time I tried this whole thing started to wiggle. Now let's start to give him RCS to hold the course. You have to burn a bit harder. I don't think we're going to make that. That's way too much. Now liquid fuel would be okay. Let's throttle down a bit, we're wiggling. Need to stabilize those guys, I guess. I'm gonna risk it. Full wiggle. Come on. Come on. Ah, we're way too low, I guess. Yeah, not getting in this high orbit. We need to get higher, I think. Should start orbiting at maybe 50k or so. Yeah, we're error braking. Woo! Well, at least I might be able to try and Actually, we are error braking pretty well. We could try the what's it called? The re-entry at the landing stage. See if this works. Should be braking pretty hard. Not gonna use liquid fuel yet to brake us even more because I want to try and see if this works. Going at 600. Okay, that's great. Let's speed up the time a bit. 7k, 400 meters per second. It's not too shabby. I think everything's still working. The problem is if I get rid of our fuel tanks, it might be crashing into us. Nope. That's good. See ya. And the next thing should be our parachute. We're at 1,000 meters and 130. See ya. The bottom of the ocean. Can I decouple this? Cool. So that would work too. And we're slowly but surely going down. Actually, it doesn't work that badly. Huh. Revert to vehicle assembly though. Need more space tape. Okay, so launching in 3, 2, 1, launch. Come on. I don't know why I'm even trying to go for a satellite first. I don't know. I asked a friend who has, I think, 400 hours into this game. That's about 10 times as much as I have, or even more. And he was like, yeah, you could try and go for replica missions, as they're called in the Kerbal community, where you actually... Where am I turning now? What? Oh, come on. Back to the drawing board. And once again. Here goes nothing in 3, 2, 1, launch. So as I was saying, I asked a friend and he was like, yeah, sure, try replica missions. So look at actual NASA missions or ESA or whatever, European Space Agency, and try to replicate them, like Curiosity or something like that, you know? And I thought, yeah, that could be interesting. Why are we generating so much drag now? Sometimes. Whee! Back to the drawing board. Alright, here we are back again at the launch pad. Let's see if this will do. Lift off in 3, 2, 1. So as I was saying, I could try to replicate NASA missions, and I'm not sure if I really want to, because I think it's pretty hard to do in this game. I'm pretty much a noob when it comes to, well, comes down to almost anything. But I'm pretty bad at this game. As you've seen, it's a hard game. It's not just meh. I'm just build whatever and it will work. So I really do hope I'm gonna get at least this one into orbit. And why are we tilting? That's amazing. Well, have fun. So I think it's actually pretty much what was requested of me. Just fail a bunch of times. So I hope you have a good laugh, because I'm getting a bit frustrated at the moment. It's no, it's not really frustration. It's of course, it is frustration, because it did work so well. We were pretty damn well on our way to get our first orbit with a satellite, actually, in our whole rocket, which is kind of cool. So we were lifting this thing up. We were in a pretty low orbit, but orbit is orbit, and now we keep tilting to the right, and I don't know why. Hell, this is it's really strange. Why are we tilting? Alright, and I'm back on the launch pad, and as you can see, I've bundled up more boosters. It's kind of an unwritten rule. If something doesn't work, more boosters. Actually, it's a pretty bad rule, and you shouldn't really do that. Also, I messed up the staging. Oh, God. The thing is, you can just do it on the fly, but still, it's not the way you want to do it. Okay, so as you can see, I'm slightly annoyed. But that's just because it worked so well, and I slight adjustment, and it just went to hell. But still, we have the same basic rockets. It's pretty much the same thing, but I'm using other boosters this time, because I was figuring that our center of mass is too high, so we had the pendulum up there, so I changed it up. But this does not look that good. Oh, we're still tilting. Okay. Why are you still here? So the decouplers didn't decouple? Alright. And I'm back again on the launch pad. This time I hope I attached all the boosters to, what's it called, the decouplers? Yes. The decouplers. Last time it was my fault. I didn't see that the boosters were actually attached to my main fuel tanks. So hopefully now I kind of fixed this. I didn't fix the staging though, which I completely forgot. Whatever. We're gonna launch in 3, 2, 1. I must say it has a bit better acceleration in the early stage. The other boosters were a bit slower, but the fuel isn't that great. We are just getting to about 2,000, 3,000. Maybe 4, I guess. And we're tilting again. Okay, it didn't decouple again. Wow. Alright. Alright, and I'm on the launch pad once again. This time with another concept. I just fixed the boosters directly under our engines, and I have a stack decoupler right here. I have some separatrons again to keep the boosters from crashing into our engine. And let's see if this works. In 3, 2, 1, go! I might need some winglets though, but I think it's a okay concept. But I think I'm delivering. I was asked to fail, and I think I'm failing pretty hard. Okay, we are at... Oh, that doesn't bode well. I think we have way too less fuel. Way too less fuel. But actually, that worked like a charm. That worked like a charm. But I think we don't have enough fuel for a great orbit. That's the problem. We need this this apoapsis. Sorry, that's the apoapsis to be at least at maybe 20k. And we are at 10k and are at 90% liquid fuel. We'll see. But this is our second best, I think. 14, 15. Okay, I think I cut off the engine by pressing X. 30k and approaching fast. I think it's way too low for low to get an okay orbit. Yeah. Whoops. Press M again. Throttle up the engine again. Need to go to about 50 maybe. Let's delete this maneuver. As soon as we're at 50, I'm gonna cut off the engine. Add the maneuver again. And I'm gonna go for... Actually, that's not a great way to go for not exactly where I wanted it to be. Just slightly in front of it. It's not a great way to go for what's it called? An orbit. I think you should go at not a 90 degrees angle up and then around. You should slightly be tilting the all the way. But I'm just trying to get something done. I don't want to have a great orbit in the first place. It's just to show off the game a bit. 116, 102, perfect. Let's get this guy going towards our node because we have only 13 seconds left, which isn't that great. See, we're just 50,000 meters above. 6 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Burn. Why is this wiggling that much? I don't like this. Might be a graphical issue. Yeah, we don't have enough fuel for that. 1500. 35 seconds left. But we're close, we're close. I need to pull up a bit. Whoa! Stability assistance, please. Like there. Oh, that's so close. And we're out of fuel. So, did we get an orbit? Nope, we didn't. Yeah, I need to go a bit more flat. Let's go back to the assembly stage. Alright, and on the launch pad once again, this time with just some bigger boosters. Let's see if this works. In 3, 2, 1, go! Wow, these boosters have a nice sound. Do you hear it? The bass? Oh, but they don't have that much punch, I think. Acceleration is a bit slower, but okay, that's because they have, I guess, more mass too. Start to wiggle. Might need another connection down here. Okay, we're going into the... Yeah, we're going to turn again. Alright, once again on the launch pad with a new design. Well, actually not really, I just added another fuel tank for a liquid fuel engine. Let's see if this works. So launch in 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, pretty slow liftoff, that means more boosters. I don't think it does, it means more boosters, but still. Oh shite, I forgot the stability assistant. Now we are slightly tilting away. Yeah, okay. Did work. But we're just at 1,700. No, that's... Problem is now the rocket's way too heavy. We have way more liquid fuel though. Interesting. I think at about 750 or maybe 10,000 I'm gonna turn to the right. This is possible? Well, from this perspective, of course. So let's just tiny bit... No. Okay, I think that's enough fails for this episode. I just can't go on with this. Thanks for watching, I hope to see you next time. And as always, auf Wiedersehen.